We are good.
I love it.
And that would have been the best.
This is action work, guys. I'm loving this. This is awesome.
Best boyfriend.
This is
Oh,
so
mate,
good.
this is podcast on a
This is good.
mate.
Just talking shit the whole time with friends. At a West Coast Swing event. Love it. Love it.
Just another day.
Guys, this is, what is it? It's 1 o'clock, 1:30 right now? 1:30 after
sure.
the,
Sounds about right.
at the after party, and
It's been an emotional award session.
Oh my goodness, the
It's been
tears.
quite intense.
There was a lot
It
of
was beautiful.
sand.
It was beautiful.
It's been a beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
why don't we introduce you guys anyway? This is Maddy Platts, and this is Zachary Skinner.
Yo, what's
Hey
up?
guys.
Welcome.
Do you go by Zach or Zachary?
I go Zach. Zach, I like Zach. Zachary is if I'm in trouble. Yeah.
Okay, so
Alright.
Zachary.
Same with
So Zachary all the time.
Yeah. You're Asian. It's okay.
Asian brothers.
My man. My man.
Anyways, we figured we'll start off with how we know you guys.
Oh yay!
I'm excited to hear the others.
Oh wow! Let's. I've been in the scene for a very, very long time.
Yes,
I've been on
yes.
the scene for a very, very long time. Laura, how do you know these guys? How do you know Maddy?
I actually met both Zach and Maddy many years ago when I first started dancing. I think I met Zach first actually
Through
at a
Modern Jive.
Modern Jive event.
Hey.
Yes. And I remember you had like the
Bieber cut?
Bieber haircut.
Yes.
And you
I'm
were
a believer.
super young, and I was
How
just
old?
like,
How old is super young?
I think it 15, 16
But because you weren't
with
super
my
young then.
my baby cut.
I don't know, it was 2015.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Was he a champion? You were champion level?
No.
no, he
Oh,
was-
for Modern Jive?
Yeah.
Oh, chips.
I would have been maybe close.
Or you might have been up and coming.
Champion
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
I had a lot of good influences around me helping me up.
Yeah.
We'll dive into
Yeah, we can touch on that later.
This is Laura's
Segue.
answer,
Yeah.
Zach.
Sorry.
Keep going.
It's not about you. I mean, it's
Yeah,
about you, but it's not
so
about
I
you.
met
Cut that bit out.
this young Zach with the bowl haircut.
Oh, every
the
Asian
Bieber
has to go through that.
Yeah. And I think I remember the first time talking to you, I was like, who is this random kid that dances amazing? I was pretty young too at this stage as well, but so I went and sat next to you on the stage and introduced myself, and you probably do not remember this at all, and I don't even know what I said, can't remember anything other than being like, I have to meet this person because they dance amazing, and
Aw.
it's really liked your vibe. And then cheers. And then I met Maddy through Zach through West Coast, and I stalked you on YouTube.
Excellent.
And I was like,
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should.
and
Search West
have
Coast
had a
Swing,
crush on you
Madeline
ever
Platts.
since.
Some good stuff on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think both of you just stood out to me from day one. You just bring such an amazing energy to the dance scene, and so much sass, which I absolutely
Stop it.
love.
Sass.
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 All the sass.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Michael?
Wait, hold on. I just want to explain a little bit of this background of where we actually
Where are we?
Where are we?
We're in Australia. No,
We've just finished New Zealand Open 2023.
Yeah.
It's held at a gymnasium, and we're in the bleachers. The after party is happening as we speak. And this is Suri make an appearance. Winner of intermediate Jack and Jill. Oh, fantastic!
We're doing an interview.
We're doing
a podcast, freeloading.
We're doing a podcast that you just
Yeah.
walked
Is
in on.
drink or no?
You made
You're going to be edited into this podcast.
Yeah. We're filming right now.
And he just smashed the weekend. He's on a high. He's like, let's party.
great.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
let's
That's
party.
beautiful.
I love it.
Oh, mate.
Try to be that one random.
love this.
Random.
love this.
Welcome to New Zealand.
New Zealand Open
We're very inclusive here.
So the after party is going on at the moment. Everyone's just freaking partying. So yeah, that's just setting the scene for you guys. So how do I know Maddy and Zach? So I've been on the scene for a very, very long time, and I remember. Let's start with Zach. I guess I first fell in love with Holly Skinner.
That's my ex-stepmom.
Yeah.
So I was modern
We love
diving, and the YouTube search at that time was Kobe and Holly.
Oh yeah.
They are amazing. Also YouTube them.
YouTube,
So good.
Oh, it was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then when I started West Coast Swing in New Zealand, the first I guess franchise that came over was Rawcon. It was Rawcon New Zealand at that particular time.
Raw
And-
Connection.
that's right,
For those
yes.
who don't know what Rawcon is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Raw Connection, you guys have set it up in Queensland,
Yep.
and then we brought it over to New Zealand
Yeah.
as a franchise or a subsidiary
Yeah.
of Rawcon. So it was Rawcon Auckland.
Yeah.
Holly and Alan came over, and I just remember seeing Holly and Alan. I was like, oh my goodness, gods! Oh my goodness! Go over to Swing Station. Go over to Swing Station. See this little rump. You were dancing. You were dancing newcomer with Rachel.
Aww.
Rachel Curtin.
Wow.
Was it Curtin?
Oh, Curtin?
Yeah, Curtin.
Yeah.
Curtin? Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think I was.
I love that.
Yeah. So that was my first moment meeting. I was like, and you're a newcomer, and I'm like, holy shit! What the heck are you pulling off? These are amazing. And how old were you then?
Well, Rachel was part of I learnt Monjive from Rachel when they were top level in Monjive at the time, and everyone crossed over to West Coast Swing.
Yeah.
And I was like, screw that! I am not doing West Coast. I'm screwing with my head yet. And then I transitioned over, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had a great time. I had a lot of good influence around, and Rachel was there to do that. That's awesome. I just love that. That's how old was I? I don't even know.
This was your first newcomer. So if you were to look at your swing points, it would be that first dot.
I started Monjive when I was 13. I think I probably started West Coast when I was 14
Right.
or 15.
Yeah.
Maybe 15. Let's say 15.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, very similar timing, I guess.
Yeah.
And then how I know Maddy. So again, very similar. I was searching up YouTube videos of modern jive, and at that particular point it was Jesse and Maddy.
Perth represent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
This was like
That would have been like 2010, 2008, 2010 was
these
kind
guys
of
were
that
the
period.
Jordan and Tart of modern jive, Australia, New Zealand.
I was looking up to these guys dancing.
Absolute right.
When I came through, I was
Yeah.
like, shit, what the hell? These guys are winning every single time.
Absolutely, like you were like they were the pinnacle. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like they were the pinnacle
Yeah,
of
yeah.
modern jive at that particular point.
And then she got me, and it was all downhill from there.
Oh, we started doing West Coast and then we just didn't really work well. Mum
Oh my god.
And then I think I got the chance to travel with you. I just happened to travel to America with you for a US Open, and that I was like, oh my goodness, this All-Star is like freaking talking to me. What the heck? And not just talking to me. She likes me as a person.
That's awesome.
Oh, bless you, Poe.
Good job. You're a good person.
You know, so yeah, it was,
Too many feels tonight already, bro. I can't handle it. I can't do
So
it.
many emotions tonight.
Oh my
Oh my god. It's amazing.
Yeah.
guys.
That's amazing.
So I guess one of the questions we wanted to ask you guys is like, you guys have grown up through partner dancing.
Yep.
Now, I was just wanting to know, how's
So,
it been?
Our journey.
Yeah, your journey. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Do you want to go first?
I'm the younger one, so I will.
Okay. You go first.
So
Boys.
Yeah, man.
Not you.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Laura, let's go. Yeah. So for me, my journey, I started modern jive. My dad, Alan, and my stepmom at the time, Holly, were running modern jive, Let's Step on the Coast, with a bunch of other people. And they were probably the biggest school in Australia and absolutely killing it. And they brought me up through that. I also didn't want to dance because I was like, that's
kind of gay.
yeah, kind of gay.
Yeah.
It was a homophobic time back then.
Right.
So
Also,
now I have like
girlfriends.
a bisexual best friend. So times have changed, right? But so yeah, I grew up in that scene. Eventually, I transitioned to West Coast Swing, and that was scary too because I didn't want to screw with my head. I was very lucky. I had lots of good influences around me at the time, which was so good. Like I'm saying, Rachel Curran, Kira Robinson, Emma Keating, Holly,
these are
Katrina, the person that literally got the
Yeah.
award at New Zealand. If you were here at New Zealand and you heard the award that she got for being like
No, it
creating
is her award.
because she's creating a space for people to like feel comfortable in,
safe, yeah.
like and safe.
it's so awesome.
I looked up to Kat as I was growing in this, and I probably wouldn't be doing it without her encouragement. 100%. I've said that many times to many people, and it's beautiful, and it's something that we like to embody when we try to
100%.
when we try to like bring new people through the door and stuff like that.
All these people that he just named legends in
Yeah.
New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah, and it's so cool to see the community growing and all that sort of shit. Anyway, back to my upbringing through it, and my journey.
What was it like? Like, was it too much for you? You know, was dancing ever like, oh, you know what, Dad, I just don't want to deal with
Oh
this.
man,
You know, because
me and
life
my
would've
dad
been-
have had lots of heated moments.
Shout out, Skinner.
Love you, Dad. Love you lots. We're stronger now for it. He's gone through a lot of self-development. So have I actually, and we're taking like he's handing
running
raw
a business together now,
he's
so.
handing raw connection over to us. So he's trusting us to do that, which is nice. But yeah, finding the balance between like friends in school and friends at dance was a challenge for me, because I actually had a lot more fun with the friends at dance, and I would just jump around to people in school. And I hated school. I really didn't like it. But I wish I was more academic at the time, but I really, really love dance. So
Yeah.
How did you come to partner me?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good story.
Do
So
we want it? Like, is this, do I have to expect this?
Dad was always doing routines, right? Dad and Holly were known for West Coast swing routines in Australia, always smashing it and freaking killing it. And then Holly, my dad, split, and Dad was running Rawcon, and was like, I need to keep growing the scene. So it's like finding new routine partners, and you were moving over here for the dancing.
I was.
Here, as in Brisbane, out here.
I was literally
Yeah.
tossing up between Sydney and Brisbane, and ultimately, or the Gold Coast. Ultimately, I legitimately chose Queensland because of the dance community that was built through Rock Connection.
Right, and it's kind of similar at the moment. We're drawing in a lot of big names and cards that are
They're all
Rashanya.
Rashanya and Mackenzie now partnered up. I reckon there's going to be there's a lot more people that are moving over.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
And you know, if you want to move over anytime, you know, it's all good. We got you. We got you guys.
Yeah.
New Zealand's a growing hotspot, guys.
Yeah. It is.
Come
It
to
is.
New
True.
Zealand.
It is true.
It's expensive in New Zealand.
You
but-
guys have more events than we have, like consistently. It's awesome. We but yeah, so Dad was like, Maddy's moving over. Do you want to do a routine with her? If not, we're gonna get one choreographed. We're gonna do it. I'm like, I am not ready for that. There's no way I'm because again, I was looking up to Maddy when I was coming through the scene. I'm like, there's no way I'm dancing with someone higher level than me. I'm gonna shit myself, right? You know what I mean? You know, like the imposter syndrome kind of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that was a thing, and then I did a routine with Kylie Davies, and we competed together, and we ended up having a really good routine and like really good flow, and then
So I did a routine with Alan, and Zach did a routine with Kylie,
yeah.
and we did that for I think it was just like a year. We had the
Love you, Kylie. Remember that time we beat Dad and Maddy?
hey,
Yeah.
It did happen once.
But then
Just once,
after that, like Kylie gave me a massive boost. Like again, these people that gave me a big boost of confidence and a big boost of like just excitement
had a
and
huge
passion.
influence.
And Kylie's still around. Kylie still comes out
She
and
still is a
dances.
huge influence.
It's awesome. And then I was like, hey, I think I'm ready to do a routine. So we got some we did like 4 or 5 routines choreographed
Yep.
together. Thank you, Ben. Love you, Ben. Ben Morris.
Yeah, Ben Maris
So many
choreographed
Bens.
our first, second, and third routine actually.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
not
fun.
the first time you've been
Yeah.
shouted
That
out
was
actually in
awesome.
these pods.
Yeah, Ben, you're a massive influence.
legend.
Like, and like if we're talking influences, Maxence, Virginie, RJ, all these guys at Swing Station, because they came to my
Yes.
Swing Station Dad's event, and I'm like, these guys coach me. Jen DeLuca, like people talk about Jordan and Tut like being their influence, and that was the first event I ever went to in Sydney, where Charles was the first one to bring West Coast Swing to Australia, right? And Jordan and Tut came along, and I had no idea about West Coast, so these guys were just awesome in general, and I was looking up to it, and I was like, sick. But my major influence was like Ben Morris, and different people, which I'm so like, I love to see, because I'm like, this journey, everyone has different journeys about it, and I love to see that, and I think it's very cool. They've been a massive part of Jordan and Tut as well, though, because I got to dance with Tut, and that was the scariest thing in my life, but also the most exciting thing.
Asia Open to like Bollywood.
Oh my god, that was so much fun. That was so much. Thanks, Tut. I love you. Fanboy. Anyway, it was lots of fun. Yeah. But anyway, you're just dropping names. Like everyone that we've got to spend time with has been really, really amazing. Carl and Sarah as well. I'm probably forgetting people, but
I want to talk to you about other parts of comparing, say, Australia and New Zealand to the rest of the world. But before then, I want to know.
Yay! So I've always done solo dancing from when I was really small. So I grew up doing dance, and then I focused on hip hop and contemporary for a long time. And then when I was probably about 12 or 13, I watched Strictly Ballroom. It's a Baz Luhrmann movie, 1992. Yep, it's amazing. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. It's an amazing movie about more the ballroom scene, but I watched that and I begged my parents to then take me to ballroom classes. That ended up becoming a modern jive class. And I basically got instantly addicted and involved in it, and my parents, they also started doing for a while, but then I kind of stayed on. So my partner dancing journey did definitely start with modern jive, and I was
cheers to that.
14.
Cheers. Thank you to modern jive.
All of us.
Everyone.
A lot of us had that influence.
Most Australian and New Zealand.
I'm starting to know people that have had the opposite, which is really cool actually too. Just it's cool.
So I did modern jive for a long time. I was partners with Sean Diaz.
Yes.
So you guys will know who Sean is. Yeah, Sean Diaz and I were partners for a couple of years. So I got him into modern jive because I don't even know where I met him at a dance school or something, and we just hit it off. And I dragged him to modern jive, and he loved it. But that was Ciroc in Perth, so we do Ciroc over in Perth, and we competed for a while. And then he kind of moved on to more solo stuff and other styles, and he also moved over east. And then I also met Jessie Voss through Modern Jive. So you guys will know who Jessie Voss is. So Jessie Voss, a few years into Modern Jive, he started learning more about this style. Actually, no, he didn't. We went to a Modern Jive comp in Sydney, and we were staying with Shane McIntyre, and Shane McIntyre showed us a video of Dirty Pop by Jordan and Tut.
See the influences? Everyone has that thing that goes, what the hell was that? I want to learn that.
And I was probably 16 or 17 at the time. I saw that and I was like, I want to do that. I have to do whatever this is.
So by this time you were already like hardcore, high level Soroka, right?
Yeah, so I was at champs level in Ciroc. I was, traveling and doing all of that, and I feel like I kind of reached a point where I just wanted more, and I feel like seeing this routine kind of gave me what I was looking for. So I watched this routine, and then we kind of looked more into this West Coast swing thing, and Jesse, being the person he is, he obsesses about one thing for as long as he can until he kind of moves on to the next. But he then travelled, and we found like a really tiny group of people in Perth that knew what West Coast swing was, and we basically started learning off YouTube and watching Swing Diego through Global Dance, and
stealing moves from the US Open.
Oh, we ripped off so many moves.
All the time.
So many.
All the time.
It was great.
Did you guys like look through like Skippy Blair's like there was like a whole printed amount of like stuff reading through that stuff, because there was no YouTube video teaching the stuff at particular points.
So we never went through the Skippy Blair. We knew it was there, but we never kind of went through that process. We literally were going off like watching champs divisions
at the time.
And we kind of
the time that we came through.
Yeah.
Oh, yours is different to mine.
And then we started finding classes, and then Jesse started traveling and bringing some more back to Australia, and then obviously it started becoming bigger in Australia, and we're actually
which is really good to have like the history, like Robert Royston come over for some events in Australia and like hear the history behind stuff, because everyone's influence is different. Like shout out like to like the Schwimmers, right? Having him pass away recently, and like seeing the influence that he's had on that community is amazing. And I think that is the coolest thing, to see how that can affect future generations. In like, people might even know, but then you find out through people because it's so impactful. I think that's very cool. Anyway, sorry, that was a side note.
And then, Jesse and I travelled with West Coast for a bit, and that was an amazing experience in itself. Just mind blown everywhere we went.
So could I ask,
Yeah.
how did you do that at that age? Like, how old were you though?
I was, when we went to the States, I had just turned legal in the States. I was 21, so I could
21.
drink. Yeah.
Right.
I could just drink.
Was that the year we went?
Very new.
2015?
No. This was like way before. This was before I moved here. So this would have been like 2013. How old am I?
13?
Nah, 2010 maybe?
Oh, okay.
That wasn't what me. That wasn't that trip, was it?
No. That
a
was
trip.
later.
Yeah.
Did we go to the same trip when I did the routine with Hannah?
I think that was that trip, yeah.
With Hannah? Like I did the routine?
I can't remember.
That was 2013,
So where
I
did
think.
we go? We went
13?
US Open?
US Open and
Yeah.
tap.
I feel like such a baby dancer with
Aw.
you three. I did my first dance class in 2015.
I can't believe I can say this stuff with you guys. Here we guys are like freaking reminiscing. Oh,
Jesus.
It's crazy.
Oh, man.
Crazy. But this is the cool thing about it. Like, everyone starts at different points.
Yeah.
And what is happening at that point in time
Yep.
and what you look up to is always very different. And I think it's so cool. It always sparks like the next. The people that see Yakub and Emmeline, and like even in Australia and New Zealand, the people that see Mackenzie and Rashania right now are gonna. That's a different style to what people have seen, right?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the new. This is gonna be insane. That if this kid, like, I'm so excited to see where that goes.
Yep.
And what that creates.
I feel like New Zealand and Australia are bringing that hip hop West Coast fusion to the
Yep.
world.
The
Like,
style.
Yeah.
the style. It's very unique to us, I think.
He's
It's all over.
But Mackenzie and Rashania's routine today, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. You guys will see it on YouTube. Please watch it. It's
When-
amazing.
And I think the first time we kind of fusioned hip hop with West Coast was when we did No Diggity. Was the No Diggity routine,
Yeah,
which we
for
also
sure.
performed this weekend. as
Although,
well.
didn't I think Ben and Jennifer.
Oh, Ben and Jen. Oh,
That was the routine that
like
where
that
you're talking about something that like you
routine.
saw.
Yeah, I
Ben
think
and
that
Jen.
was
Sorry,
the
I meant
first
in
routine
Australia, New Zealand.
I
That's what-
saw
yeah.
That
West
same.
Coast Swing,
But yeah, that
and
was
I was just
worldwide.
like, wow,
God damn.
I love that.
Yeah.
We got to watch that live.
So amazing.
That's the one that we went. I'm pretty sure. Did you watch that live?
Yes, I
That's
saw
the one
that
we
live.
went. So that whatever year that was.
Yes,
Whatever year that was.
it was.
My memory is terrible with whatever year that was. But seeing that live and seeing the people cheer for that shit, I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. This is like the energy in the room is insane. And that's especially why like we love to try to be like, everybody cheer, everybody encourage, everybody like do this sort of stuff. Because if you feel that, especially when you're out there and you're like, it just gives me
energy,
energy.
right?
I'm just like, yes, let's go.
Back to me.
So talk about yourself. Nick.
God.
So I love you.
Life. Okay.
Back to Maddy.
So Jesse and I were so into this style and wanted to bring it so badly to the west coast of Australia. We started DSD Street Swing. So do something dance street swing. Yeah. Because Ian Lee always used to yell at people, do something on the dance floor at a comp. It was hilarious. Yeah, we did this in Perth. We ran street swing for probably, maybe just over a year. And it was taking off. The community was awesome. But Jesse just kind of decided it wasn't for him anymore. So he kind of moved on. I was kind of left to carry the reins for a while. And at the time I was going through my own stuff. And I just really wanted more growth for myself in terms of my dancing. And as much as like continuing to run that would have been great, it also would have been something that was probably well and truly over the depth of what I wanted to do at the time. So I decided to move to the East Coast of Australia. And I chose Queensland because the community over there, for me, everyone was just, they were the loudest crew every time you went to a comp. They
'Cause we're
had
awesome.
the most success. Like they were just, yeah, they were pretty awesome. So I moved
It is, yeah.
and started dancing with Alan, and I already knew Zac before this. Like we'd met at comps along the way over the years a lot, and he was that little kid that was always there and hanging out with the grown-ups. And it's funny you kind of say you were more like closer to or you enjoyed the company more of your dance friends, because I wasn't as young as you, but I was still kind of 14 when I came into the scene. So for me,
Really young.
yeah, like I definitely enjoyed more of the time with the people at dancing than I did with my people at school.
I
just couldn't really relate on the same level.
I'm not interrupting, but
But I am.
no, but like you said, like you started with, because I also grew up with these guys dancing in a shed. So
Yeah.
I would film them do routines and stuff. So I already knew all these people before
Yeah.
I even started doing Monjab. And I'm like, I didn't want to do it. But then when I just started doing it, I actually knew everyone anyway. So it was super comfortable. I had already been camps and like fishing trips and
Yeah, just getting
whatever,
to know people.
bowling
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. As a friend.
Yeah, it's good. But I built that relationship already, so it was really easy for me to like just step into that scene. Anyway.
But yeah, then Zac and I teamed up in 2015, and the rest is kind of history, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I was born in. You're talking about my journey.
You have to go back that far.
There's lots of things like
So
you
what
can't
was the first dance you ever did that you can remember?
With me.
like
Or
dance.
just
In general, yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I think the first one I remember. I was doing break. I was like, Mum, I want to do break dancing, and I went and I broke my arm because all the kids were doing.
First
I was like
class?
6. I think I was 6. And all the kids were doing backflips, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the backflip. I'm gonna do the backflip. No training at all.
Oh no.
Fucking
That
Axe
was
myself.
Don't do that.
So I stopped doing
Don't
solo
try this at
dancing.
home, kids.
But then I did 2 years solo dancing to just
Yep.
after the routine
then you
with
nailed the
after
backflip?
Yeah, now I can backflip. But
Yeah.
that's after the routine with Hannah, like watching all of those guys, like all the really, really good dancers, I feel like have another style behind them. There's probably a few that, like, I think the people that have other styles behind them, probably there's a majority of them rather than the people that only know just West Coast or
Yeah.
just one
It's
style.
definitely a minority.
So out of like both of your conversations, like the big theme that I'm hearing is building a community. You guys have talked about community a lot. Like describe the New Zealand Australian community.
So when I first started dancing, intermediate was the highest level in West Coast Swing. And even then, there was probably like 5 couples, just maybe, right? You guys were in it.
Yeah.
Holly, my dad.
Eric, Arnie,
Yes, the guys that started Rock.
New Zealand?
Yeah, Rock on New Zealand. Peter and
Yes, Michelle.
Michelle and Brady and
Kylie? No.
maybe.
Oh, maybe. Actually, I don't know if Carly was there, but Shannon was. Shannon Coastal-Jones. He was there.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
Shannon.
Shannon was
Shannon
there.
as well.
I drew Shannon.
So there was a big, there was already, we were so new when the community in Australia was like so new, and then getting into it, it took a long time to grow. Like that was when I first started in 2014 or 15 or whatever, right? So the community, I don't know, like the difference, I don't know, how do you compare?
The word I would
They're
use
very different. They're all
when
different.
I go to a New Zealand Australia event is home. So whenever I'm in New Zealand or Australia, especially it's home for me. I feel like, and I mean, I think tonight with what happened with the Katrina Ostronsky Award, embodying, that safe space of vulnerability and being able to just feel comfortable to be yourself is literally the essence, I think, of what Australia and New Zealand have. Like, you feel like you can just be yourself. There's no cliques, like it's free of judgment. And you just have a
People
great
are
time.
supportive. People
So
are
much
supportive. Like, and even now, like we've been, like the community's been building, like within New Zealand and Australia for this long now, that we have started a family and started a culture and a tradition and a history. We have a history now within New Zealand and Australia, which it's really cool to see, because you can see, like, we have our own influences in the whole, like, in dance right now, and it's cool to, like, it's just it's really exciting to see. I think I'm excited about it.
That like the States is amazing. Like any event you do overseas, it's always amazing to go over there and experience it. But there's definitely, I guess, that level of a disconnect sometimes.
We're so far away.
I mean, with us, again, we're so there's always those group of people that are just so welcoming and fun to hang out with every event we go to, which is amazing.
I think it's cool to see like the stage that like I feel like Australia and New Zealand's in right now is a lot of dancers are having kids. And now, like, to see... Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy dances on TikTok, guys. Daddy dances in New Zealand.
We have creches at events now in Australia and New Zealand where, like, the community helps, like, look after these kids so that you can dance and do all this stuff. And you know what? Most of the time, like, I remember going to New Zealand, America, and I'd competed in juniors division. I was like, what's a juniors division?
Yeah. It's just
that's a thing in them, and it was
that.
massive, right? And these guys have been dancing since they were like 2, right? So this is what I see for the future in the sense of like New Zealand, Australia.
Like 50 years ago.
I'm not saying we're going to force the kids to do this, but I think that the community that they're growing up in is very encouraging and supportive. So they're going to want to like.
There'll be a space for it.
Right.
Whereas at the moment there isn't really a space
No.
for kids to do partner dancing.
No, it's a new thing for us, like especially in the West Coast swing community. I think it's a new thing for us to like. I think it's very exciting to see what will happen in the future with that.
Yeah, we've just gone to that stage where I think New Zealand and Australia, we're past that like 15-year mark.
We are,
Yeah, so it's enough for people that were in their 20s to now be in their 30s, almost 40s, that started.
Crazy.
And now having kids, having family, and then coming back because I've talked to plenty of people in my boots, and I've taken a bit of time off as well because of having kids, and then coming back because I love the dance.
Dude, so many people have taken so much like time away, but then come back because it is so much, and like there's so much enjoyment behind it. And I remember seeing people go away. Like, there's people at home, and I'm like, I'm so sad you guys have disappeared for so long, and it's heartbreaking. But then you come back because it's a drug. It's a drug, and it feels freaking good. And it feels the people and the vibe and the energy. It just, like you said, home. It's a home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah.
But I think like for us, community, because obviously now we're like running Raw Connection alongside Alan as well. So community going into this from day one when we like kind of revamped and restarted last year was a huge focus of like that social aspect and that
once a month we have our social and then every other month we have our dance party, but we want to focus on social things as well, just because we need to build those bonds with people, not just how hold a dance class, say goodbye, have a good night, and if you don't show up, whatever. It's more about like, oh shit,
like now our closest friends are part of that community. It's awesome. Just like you go and instead of just going to a dance class, you're going to like hang out with your friends and do a cool thing.
This is our life. Cool. This is our life. Like our closest friends are in dance. Like it's really it might suck because it's like you draw that line between business and dance, and people like I don't want to do that. I see people as more friends than my students or my what do you call them?
Rivals.
Customers or whatever,
clients.
You know what I mean? Like it's not about that. You don't make money from running classes.
No,
you don't do that.
Especially in Australia and New Zealand, we
No.
actually don't.
No.
It's a labour of love.
Absolutely.
It actually is. My question for you is, I guess I've kind of been to a lot of different dance schools or, different locations around Australia and New Zealand and a few overseas. And what do you think, like if you were sort of to give a couple of tips to people that are running communities, what do you think makes a big difference? How do you build that inclusive environment? How do you actually get people out of their shells, feeling comfortable? I know in New Zealand, in our community in particular, we have a lot of introverted people that, don't necessarily, go out of their way to strike up a conversation with people. And I think that dance in some ways actually facilitates a
100%.
safe place for people to have human contact without that social pressure of holding a conversation.
We have a door. Sorry.
Yeah. So I guess my question is how do we build that community that you have, and how do we get people out of their shells and feel like they can bring their whole self?
Can I just say a couple of things and then you can jump into yours? So 2 things I would say that have made a really big difference for us. Well, 3 things. One is hosting like social things outside of the dance space. That's one big thing that we do quite a bit. The other thing would be, so when we run class, we have like a separate class level, and then we all come together and kind of show each other what we did. But then after that, what we do is for about 3 to 5 songs, we will have everyone on the floor and everyone just rotates partners around, like just social dancing. But what we do is we kind of get everyone, as they're rotating, to like ask that person, would you like to dance? So they kind of get used to asking that question, and they get to work the room, and instead of, just doing a beginner class and then like going away and that was great, see you later, bye, they hang around for like the next 20 or 30 minutes because we have that rotation of social dancing happening, which is really, really cool. So like we get to meet them, they get to meet each other, they get to meet people from other levels, which is cool.
We have a lot of things like, when you go through, we say, hey, level 1s, put your hand up. And we have a level 1 and level 2 class the same night. So we go, hey, level 1s, put your hand up. Level 2s, go ask one of those people to dance straight away.
Yeah.
And same in reverse sometimes. We switch it up that way. Or even like even at door, like when someone is brand new, you make the effort to get to know someone and talk to those people and try bring them out of their shell and make them see how much fun they can have. And I think people struggle because sometimes like in the introverted part, like is most of us as well probably, and awkward or whatever we find, we all like judge ourselves, whatever. But I think we all just want to have like a good time and have a good and enjoy it, right? Something we said during the workshop this weekend was most people come to class and if they didn't have a good time and didn't enjoy it, they're probably after the first time, they're probably not going to come back. Right? So whatever you need to do to make that person feel like they had a good time, figure that out. That might be and that's a language. Like you need to talk people. Like
I remember my other point, which is on that. Yeah. So we also said this in the workshop yesterday. We said relating to another person doesn't mean you have to like ask them for a dance and dance. It may literally be you sit down and have a conversation with that person. So it may take a person to come for a few classes to like have a chat to people that are there just to feel comfortable first, and then they kind of go into the dance space. So it's not necessarily you have to dance to be comfortable. It may be just feeling welcomed by a conversation by someone.
We have people that come to our class that leave right after the workshop, like after the class, right? But they come every time for class. These guys are awesome. They want to learn, they want to dance, and they come for like the first half an hour of social, but they have lives outside of like dance, right? So you can't force people to do something they don't want to do, right? And if we made them feel bad about that, they wouldn't come back to class because they're like, I can do something better and enjoy something else.
Yeah.
Right? And these guys are awesome. They've been around. These are guys that were around during Jess Sweeney time and then went away and then come back again. And it's awesome. It's cool to see.
Yep.
And I suppose everyone dances for different reasons as well.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
People come along for different reasons and have different priorities.
Yeah.
So it's about getting to know the person and what motivates them and drives them to be there.
I love building that contact with people.
Yeah.
That's something I actually enjoy. Like actually trying to figure out what makes people happy. I think I enjoy that part. It's like a game. Yeah.
And then, in saying that, I mean,
Don't take it there.
He's just reflecting on all the times that you've analysed him.
I think part of the reason we started this is so we can connect. And we do get to know you guys.
100%.
Well. Because so often all we see is like the dance, like
The 2-minute spotlight of these amazing people
how
that
awesome.
look superhuman, and you're like, wait a minute, they are human.
Building
They're
a
people.
community is
Yeah.
more than just dancing.
Yeah.
Like being a nice person
Yeah.
is
Being a
actually
good
a legit thing.
He's all right as a
Just
person.
don't be a
He's all right. He's all right.
Yeah,
No, I come off
I'm
as a
with
dick.
you.
He's all
I
right.
come off as a dick, but that's once like we're close enough for that to happen. Once we're friends, I can be like,
Then you
I
become
won't
a
say
dick,
it, yeah,
so
yeah.
like you're nice to them, and then you just turn back. Yeah.
That's that Australian chauvinistic.
I'm also a tradie during my day job, so I got a lot of like fun language. Anyway,
Do we have any more follow-up questions, or do we send these guys back to social
I
dating?
do have my final question,
go on,
which
go on.
I have asked everyone else so far.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, I do like this.
Oh,
Yes.
exciting.
All right. If you had to pick a spirit animal as your dance spirit, what
already know
would
yours.
you pick?
Oh, do we want to?
actually,
Yes,
pick for
the
each
other
other.
person.
Yes.
The other person.
I feel like I don't have one, but I feel like you would just choose your favorite animal.
Well, no. I mean, okay, I'm obsessed with owls.
There's a tattoo on her
love
back.
Owls. However, I relate to owls in a different way to what my dance animal would be.
Oh, okay, cool,
So,
cool.
I feel like my dance animal would be more of a cat. Yes.
Why?
I love cats, but also I feel like they can be very precise with their movement. They can also be very lazy and lie on their back and do nothing. It'd be funny. But then they can be funny and really retarded and goofy 1 second, and then like vicious and sassy the next.
Oh my goodness, this is
I love
our
it.
pet lolly.
This
I
is
love
literally
it.
my cat. But yes.
my
Okay.
My dance
Oh,
spirit
okay, right.
I'm
As a
allergic
cat.
to cats.
You have a cat.
I have
have
a
a
cat
cat.
allergy.
But my cat existed in my life before
Lolly.
he did, so she
Oh,
takes
okay.
me.
Lolly.
Lolly, I've
take
met
it.
Lolly.
Yeah.
I love
You take
sugar, and lollies, I guess, maybe
Yeah.
makes me help get
You
it.
take antihistamines.
I took it
Yeah,
every day.
yeah, every
Yeah.
day.
My animal.
Things we go through for our cats.
Yeah,
Yes, you're.
my animal. I've
What
never
is your-
thought of that.
What is your dance animal?
My dance. Oh, something quick and crazy like-ish, I think.
Like a spider monkey? or
Or a meerkat.
Maybe
you did
like
do
a-
that dance once where you went like.
He did.
Like
That was
like
New
a
Zealand as
monkey
well.
thing?
That was a shakedown.
I'm just like excited all the time. Maybe like a
also get-
puppy.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh,
puppy.
yeah,
So we've got like a puppy and a cat.
We're a cat. Wow, yin and yang right there.
Wow.
That's cat and dog. Cats and dogs can get along, guys. Cats and dogs can
All
get
right,
along.
I'm gonna give you a challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
love it.
So the next time you dance, I want you to think of each other's
Animal?
and embody that animal.
So I would need to be a puppy and he needs to be a cat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we're switching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab this camera and like
Yeah.
freaking film this dance.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna film this
I like
freaking
it.
dance.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
you're a cat and you're a puppy.
What if
And
we're
the
both
next-
puppies and we're both cats?
I mean, you do get two dances a lot of the time, so you could choose one and then choose the other. But either way, we want to see a
This will be
puppy
fun.
and a cat.
Yeah,
This
okay,
will be
it's gonna
fun.
a fun challenge.
Yeah.
I like that.
This could be interesting.
That would be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we send you guys back, I know you guys run an event, so tell us more about the event. Tell us more about your school. Give us the promo.
You're welcome, Alan.
Yeah, Alan Skinner. this
Alan is
your
my dad.
promotional material. Right?
We
So-
don't run the event, not yet.
Right.
But one day when I'm a full-time dancer and I don't
have-
know grass anymore, well, I'll be doing it. We'll be doing it.
Yeah.
But Swing Station is the event in Brisbane that is connected to Raw Connection.
Yep.
And
It's amazing.
yeah, it's probably
It's still probably
the
the biggest in Australia, I would
event,
say.
maybe the biggest event in
Yeah.
Australia. I would probably go as far as saying we have the biggest classes in Australia.
I think at the
So
moment,
I think
yeah.
it transfers into our events.
Yep.
Dad's done a lot of self-development, so he knows how to, what people want, I think, as well. So knows how to make an event for the people
Yes.
that want to have a good time and just and enjoy the weekend, whether that be social dancing, whether that be being inspired by watching, whether that be creating new connections with different people, whether that be
Just something I want to highlight with how Alan chooses his stuff for his event as well. So when he chooses his
Doesn't
staff,
hire us.
yeah, we're just checking out. We're obviously not there yet, but
Are we cutting that? We're cutting that part. We're cutting that.
skip that.
one thing Alan does very well when thinking about who to hire for his staff.
Wait a second. Take a breath. That was funny. I reckon that'd be funny.
Do we cut it or not?
I reckon keep it in there. Dad, I love you. I love
Okay.
you. You don't actually need to hire us. I love being able to experience it.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
we get used to like put on the show and bring all the social vibes in.
Dad has done a lot for
you know.
me and us, so to
100%.
not do that is fine.
Yeah. No, but what he does do really well.
We've got a Brad coming along.
Hey,
Brad
Brad.
Come make
back.
Would you like a guest appearance?
He's
make a
awkwardly
guest
welcome.
Welcome.
Come to this guest appearance.
But yeah, come and join us at
Welcome
Swing
to West.
Station. That's what you do.
Welcome to West Coast Swing Chats, the new podcast we're running.
Oh, we're podcasting?
We're podcasting
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
We're just wrapping it up
Let
too.
me say my thing really quick before Brad takes his spotlight as he normally does.
Say your thing.
no,
This is your
let
mic.
me say my thing first.
Thank you all for
Let
coming.
Maddie say her thing first.
I just want to say one thing he does focus on a lot, which he does do for the people, is when he's looking for his staff for Swing Station, he very highly focuses on people that are going to join in for social dancing for as long as they can. Like, they're going to come in and they're relatable people, they social dance with everyone, and they're approachable and fun. And I do love that he does make that a priority for his staff for an event, which is awesome.
And I think that's influenced how we work events too.
Yes, and how we run classes. And
we run
yeah. Okay, Bradford.
Hello, Brad.
What are we talking about?
Life.
We're talking about life?
Yeah. What is the meaning of life?
We talk,
What's
what
your
was
swing life?
What's your golden
the
like
spirit
words
animal.
of experience and things that you want to share with the world?
Is
If
this-
you had
When
one
was
nugget,
Ramadan?
one nugget to share, what
is
would it
this
be?
that deep of a
Yeah.
conversation?
One nugget.
It is now.
It is.
Yeah.
No?
We've been pretty deep, actually.
It is. I don't have a mic. I'm going to talk to her boobs.
Okay. I think if I had one nugget to share, it would be to be comfortable being yourself and be unapologetically you, because you don't ever have to apologize for just being who you are.
Sorry.
You don't have control
What?
over that.
No, I'm joking.
I
I'm sorry.
understand.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Screw you.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah.
You're just being you.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's great.
Well,
we haven't asked them yet, but we're going to go get this guy on another pod.
Oh, that's going to be a whole.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
whole
in.
thing.
I'm in. I'm ready.
Yeah, you're in.
Just
you,
you wait,
you heard
audience.
that, guys.
Just
You heard
wait.
that. We got Brad.
It's going to be intense.
That's good advice. That is good advice.
It
I like
is.
that's great advice.
It goes really nicely with the start of our podcast,
Yeah.
and it just kind of.
What are we talking about way back then?
We
No,
were talking
joking.
about like dance journey, and we were talking about community, and then we were talking about building community, and we talked about a community that welcomes people as they are.
Yeah.
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 Very much like what your dad has done.
Yeah.
He was brought up a couple of times too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alan Skinner has been a very big influence in the West Coast swing scene in Australia. 100%.
Yeah.
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 And this community here has become amazing
Yeah.
as well.
We should give Poe back the mic because what are you doing
No, it's
here?
fine.
No.
He can talk to my boobs.
Yeah,
all day, it's
yeah.
fine.
I prefer.
I'm always happy to just like be talking, but I actually
We
want to
could talk
listen
for
to what you
ages,
guys
hey.
are doing, or
We could
just
talk
let
for
you.
ages.
If you guys want to wrap up your thing, I can always just be on the next one.
Would you like to wrap it up for us?
No, keep going, man.
What's the name-
Actually,
what's
can
the
I
name
just
of the
jump in?
podcast?
Can I jump in before you stop? Because what you said reminded me of something that I heard before, right? Was a podcast that Emmeline
He's got his own.
that Emmeline was on. I've got a mic. Thanks for you there. That Emmeline was on, and it was talking about finding her brand. Like, how do you find your brand? I don't know if, this is
Yeah, your
being
brand in
posted,
West
right?
Coast Swing, yep.
And she was like, don't try to find your brand will find you.
Yep.
And I thought that was a great piece of advice. Like, same along the way. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone else that you're not.
That's
And,
actually Emmeline's an amazing
example of that, right?
Yeah.
I had a conversation with her in Singapore recently. Are we talking to the camera? No. Yeah. No, but I had a conversation with her, and she was really in this space of like, I'm not sure I'm being authentic enough, and for somebody who like is just so much themselves that like Yakub and Emmeline did not say we're going to conform to what the judges want us to do so that we can win an opener, they dance what they love to do.
You know who that
Emmeline
reminds me of?
100%.
I want Mackenzie and Rashania to be like that.
Oh yeah.
I see them being.
But to hear somebody like Emmeline
Yeah.
come and say, "I'm worried that I'm not coming off as authentic," and I was like, "You're as authentic as it gets," and it's actually, you know, be unapologetically you. Like you are so awesome and you're so yourself. Why would you ever think that you're not being authentic enough? And
They are the most beautiful people.
amazing
Like, I
people.
love
Yakuba's one of the
those
most
two.
amazing
Yakuba and
people I've ever
Emmeline.
met.
Now we've started a whole new
They're so
conversation,
nice.
guys. Are you ready to go for another hour?
This is part two.
We need to social
Part
dance
two.
at some
Part
point.
two. Ready for the next hour? Cutscene. Next.
I
edit?
will say this: I have an unfortunate tendency to just keep going. I've been on several podcasts that were supposed to be like an hour, and they needed to do like 2-parters and stuff like that because I just keep talking. So I'm just gonna hand the mic back to somebody.
Insane that like
And say that I'm
Wrap
happy to
up-
be here on the next one. How would you like me to
Wrap
wrap it
up
up?
West Coast Swing Chats.
You guys, this has been West Coast Swing Chats, and I know I came in at the end, but I feel like I've already learned a lot just by being here, and these are some amazing people here. Hopefully you'll be joining us back next week. Is it a weekly thing?
Oh, it's gonna be a monthly thing.
You know what?
Next
It's
month
an
sounds
intermittent thing, so hopefully we'll see you for the next episode, or you'll see us for the next episode.
join it, listen to it, be a part of it, get amongst it.
Love it.
Subscribe, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
share,
be sure
like
to click the like and subscribe button, that little bell.
that
in the corner.
algorithm.
I'm
Get
gonna-
that algorithm
I'm
working.
I'm gonna tap the screen right here. This is where the little bell will
Click
show
on this
up.
link back over here.
Over there, guys.
That way it was
Over
Look
here
at that
as
over
well.
there. Look at that over there. What? Look at that
That's
too.
right.
I'm so excited to see what these things are that we're pointing to.
This is the most recent video of Zach and Maddy dancing right here. This is a link to my bio. We got merch over here in Laura's bio.
This
Oh,
is
this is gold.
gonna be great.
Everything we do is about having a good time. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love this, guys. It's been so much fun.
West
Sign
Coast,
us out,
this has
sign
been
us
West
out.
Coast Swing
So much
Chats.
fun.
West Coast Swing Chats out.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Yo.